one in this series.
Finally, bro. I was really wondering. I was really wondering why this wasn't like working properly.
I think it is.
We're back now. We're back. Hopefully,
unfortunately, will go.
Hopefully.
And the second map being structurally somewhat similar gives the vibe that a 2-0. I don't think that storyline has really changed all that much so far.
Well, I mean, if I want to find the positive spin on it, it definitely is their ability in the gunfights.
Hopefully we can get this going.
Kills 5-2. That's quite successful against a high-quality opponent. Where there's maybe
let me get the Twitch stream going, or the purple app stream going. Make sure it's back up and running.
That's the only caveat being
back
that
up.
who's been the individual to really stand up, because for Shopify Rebellion, that's been Rexon. 11-2.
Is this the one that's...
No one on the side of Tyloo's got more than 7 kills. There's
cool.
2 players for Shopify Rebellion that are
I just can't, man.
Surf and Rexon. Abay actually 1 and 7, and he was the. I mean, I don't know if I still have the numbers. I do actually have the numbers.
All right, now we're
Abay went 15-9 against Chiefs earlier today. Now 1 and 7. A huge turnaround.
I'm looking across at the lobby and I see 10 faces in the pre-match. So hopefully we'll be able to jump back in shortly. Given it was a game bug, I doubt we'll be waiting around for too long.
Sweet.
Well, it was a game bug.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said it wasn't. Sorry.
No. Given it was. It's not going to be a 40-minute pause for audio issue.
No audio issue.
Earlier.
Get PTSD from the earlier point of
we're loading back in.
Yeah, we are loading back into Night Haven Labs. Shopify Rebellion still up 5-2. Yeah, I mean, this is now an opportunity. Can Tyloo get 2 rounds in a row?
Nope.
That's going to be the big thing. Because, like, even if they go on and lose this, let's say 7-3, if they do show they've got the ability to win multiple rounds consecutively against Shopify Rebellion, that's going to definitely put them in good stead going into their map pick of Bank. Again, a reminder in terms of the statistics going into Bank, Shopify Rebellion a 1-2 record, 7th preference. They ban it more often themselves than their opponents to them.
Kitchen? Okay.
Just a 2-2 record, but 4th preference pick. So they actually ban it less themselves. And border the decider if required. Tyloo undefeated this year, 2-0. One of those actually being also against All Gamers, which is that's a pretty decent win. All Gamers being kind of the 1B of the 1A, 1B of Edward Gaming and All Gamers in CNL. And just a 4-3 record on that final match for Shopify Rebellion as we return to Night Haven Labs.
Yo, Isaiah.
I'm reloading.
Are we actually going kitchen?
Yeah, I'll go kitchen.
Oh, hang on a second.
It hurts me every time, Jake.
Let me stand up here. So we're going kitchen cafeteria, which I don't have the stats in front of me. I don't need the stats in front of me. Globally, this is so attacker-sided, it's not even funny.
In fact, I'm pretty sure, I feel like every time we've checked, typically,
it's like 100%.
It's the worst site in the game.
Globally. I'm excited.
Kitchen? Yeah, it is.
The only time you see a team pick this is hopefully if they actually know what they're doing.
It's CNL for a point of reference. As I said before, most played in the league, 301 rounds, 9 rounds
Damn.
on this side. And what's even funnier, 56% defensive win rate.
Oh boy, well, let's see what Shopify Rebellion are cooking here in the kitchen on Night Haven Labs. They've got again Canadian on the clutch.
Oh wow, he was timing it.
So low immediately.
The dock
He won't do that again.
Into the spam with the little shield break. It actually almost worked. Tyloo cooked. Unfortunately, though, Canadian's still alive.
They put some work into Canadian on this match. He's had a tough time on the shields.
The shields haven't really been the main problem for Tyloo. Dealing with it, as you've mentioned, has been a positive.
Wow.
Big result from Ambi, though, on to Duha. Clearly wanting to play a big part of this map, but a heavy focus around this first floor. Canadian, top of blue.
That's what I think we like in life.
Original position can no longer be called as he ate the last.
That's true.
Suppressor.
That's a big factor now. Obviously still low on health means he does need to be careful with his positioning. And a rare opening kill for Shopify Rebellion heading into the final minute. This is a site that really Tyloo need to be winning.
To save Pro League, they should build an IRL map and have teams fight with real guns.
Dug a payload call going out onto M.
You're onto something. You're onto something.
Oh, more cash.
Active, so much cash. Well, hang on a second.
Oh,
Shaq
actually...
goes down. Canadian falls to obey. And with Jackie Wu finding that kill onto Spoit.
Oh, Spoit died.
4 versus 3 advantage now for Tyloo. Jackie Wu, bit of information as well on the radar of the Solid Snake. And going back, Enby did eat that Jugger payload call from Songla. Can't be called again. But Surf and Rexon still in the sidelines. In fact, Surf may be up next. The Songla does have a charge still available. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, if Rexon can hold down Kitchen, this could be tough. Enby
nice, that's the blitz down.
25
Dead.
seconds on the clock for Tyloo.
Big kill from Jackie Wu. 20 seconds, as you said, not a lot of time, but where is that kit? It's not in a good spot. Rexon can play this site, same with Enby. Very winnable now for the defense of Shopify Rebellion. Tyloo's just going to have to flood in and hit the kills. They do, though, straight away. Bang, bang, just like that. A quick double and a third round for Tyloo.
You said you bet Sport would ace the first round. Don't bet that. It's not a good bet.
No more.
No.
Are we going to have the Goonathon tomorrow?
I had to double check. I saw it in game.
No, you don't know me.
STP tracker, and I still didn't believe
it. Get it, get it.
Look, credit to Tyloo. Laid a lot of pressure early onto the clash. It was a great little combo there with the payload and shots fired. It meant that Canadian was in a very compromised position late, and despite Shopify Rebellion stacking so much catch on his position, and some of that still even being caught towards the end. We saw the frag grenades. They were trying their best to flush it out. One landed. Canadian then caught. And then the rest of the follow-up there from the attack was a good snowball. So credit to Tyloo. 5-3 the scoreline. Still hesitating to see this as a potential comeback.
It's a lifeline that's now been given to Tyloo.
Yeah.
As a courtesy gift from Shopify Rebellion.
They got thrown the life raft. Yeah. Tyloo have hopped on.
They've hopped on. Well, let's see where
I have to see whose map pick this was.
This feels a little bit pivotal.
But I'm thinking it's Shopify's.
Totally in control.
5-4 is where there's just a little bit pressure.
This has been incredibly attacker-side.
Yeah, it's Shopify's.
One defensive round win so far. That was Tyloo back in the second round, and so far that might be enough.
Storage control then for the 9th. Before the additional bands get introduced, as you mentioned, Glaz selected here by Tyloo.
Oh, the timing. Rexon holding that window angle to able to cross. But they haven't gone into this Glaz and saying that's the way we're going to win the round. They haven't brought any smokes alongside it, so it's only a Bay with his own smokes.
No impacts remaining here for Shopify Rebellion, so Sungood could invest that final summer on Garage for the entry as per his original plan, but elects not to for now and can retain that for elsewhere. Currently watching the defense, not the attack. That's Surf with a hacked drone, hence Jackie Wu trying his best to clear it. Back on to the Solid Snake for this round once more, and we'll play the lurk role for the round.
Yeah, so interesting drones right now. Songla droning towards top floor, same with the Bay, but then Yovika towards first floor. It clearly, at the moment, for Tyloo, looks like they're trying to just poke and prod. Where can we maybe find
that's the default.
A gap in the defense? The default camera up.
Onto the IQ, how ironic.
It's default. Onto anyone, but yes, the IQ
but
even
it's just
more
even
so.
funnier.
Oh boy, wow,
these casters, man.
Credit to the observing team. Of course, not entirely sure who's actually on this game, but we have the all-star lineup for this event, of course.
We certainly do. Well, I'm a little concerned with the time. 60 seconds on storage control, where you haven't really cleared this top floor and kind of force Shopify Rebellion out of these positions. Do they go for maybe a control side hit?
It's a lot of posturing at the moment for Tyloo. I think they're just trying to gain a little more info.
Well, it's Duhar that finds the opening kill onto Rexon, and control now may be a little vulnerable. He's got the hallway established. And what that means is it'll shuffle these defenders around. That too also could open up a gap elsewhere towards, say, storage side, rafters, etc. So Tyloo trying to play off that first kill. 35 seconds doesn't leave them a lot of time. They need to go and do so now. Jackie inside of storage. Canadian though won his battle. Nicely done from Surf.
What a shot from Surf.
After a flurry of
Case is upstairs.
The diffuser, though, has been the common enemy of Tyloo in this half. And it's going to mean Yovika has to go back out and get it. If he can, and no, it's over towards IT. He's not even remotely close. 14 seconds at this point. They need to go for kills. Canadian is sitting next to the diffuser as well. This seems now very difficult for Tyloo. Canadian just needs to stay alive. Shield dealt with. Swing is important. MP can stay alive as well. Canadian wins his battle. Time runs out. Calamity again for Tyloo.
Zope's
Rebellion with map
Zope's terrible. It was a good shot. That was
Well, it finally catches up.
I don't know what Canadian's doing.
Bring the diffuser.
That's crazy.
Trend. In a lot of these rounds, Tyloo are comfortable with leaving the diffuser in compromised positions, either willingly or unwillingly, which is probably more of that case.
It just means they're going to be more careful with it in general.
And they've often gotten away with it by either being able to collect it late,
and there's the
or
clash
transitioning
ban
to, you know, potential kill win conditions, etc. That round they didn't afford themselves that opportunity.
Well, if you have Kit there, then there's not as much of a reason for Canadian to sit IT like that. Brings him a bit more into the fray, and shuffles him around. But also, if you have Kit there, you probably can go for a control plan.
As well played by Canadian, just retaining life.
You can.
Was the
You can. You're right. You can go for a control plan because they had
at that point, you
perfect control of it.
14 seconds left. You know where
Get
the
it?
Kit is. You know at that point it's either get
I'll
the
shut up
Kit,
now.
which they have to do so in a hurry, which means he can probably get a kill, or they have to go for the kills and he can sit tucked in corner with the shield up, and in the end that proved to be a difference maker. So good heads up play from Canadian and Shopify Rebellion. They have a 3-round lead to close out the opening map of this series. Bank to follow. But again, signs of life from Tyloo here on Labs. Clearly, a lot they need to work on.
Yeah.
But the foundations seemingly are there.
They're not getting completely demolished, which no one would fault them in this kind of matchup if they walked away with a super one-sided result. Interestingly, Tyloo electing to take Clash out, not the Mirror, so that tool's still available for the IT trick, and we saw that pose some problems last time out. Ultimately, the breach was opened up, courtesy of the Habana. But this round, they actually pivot across to the Thatcher and Thermite combination.
It's interesting they didn't ban the Monty in the first half, but then they banned the Clash in the second half, taking that away from Canadian.
I felt like they dealt with the Clash quite positively so far.
Oh my gosh.
The Mirror instead and triple down.
Duha hoping to kill onto Spoit. They have absolutely rinsed Shopify Rebellion on these entry battles.
I feel like the vast majority, and I feel like the vast majority of Spoit's deaths so far has been him being caught out. It hasn't been a fair fight.
0-2 on the entries for Spoit. But 0-1 for Canadian, 0-1 for Surf, 1-2 for Rex, and MB the only one positive, 2-1.
Let's see how this goes.
Looks like it's going to be pretty comfortable for Obey to open up IT. Actually did so far quicker than last time too.
Slightly faster. A little less painful. Thatcher now can be used against the Wamai to counter the catch. Can also be used against PPCs and Ambi's util on the Fenrir.
Again, they're playing like a team where their fundamentals are at a pretty high level. They know what they're doing. Nitrous thrown out from Canadian. That got shot out. Good reaction. And then the death mark.
Why is Canadian peeking the breach of all people?
Yeah, Tyloo not panicking. They know IT. You don't need to rush in at the minute and 15-second mark. They're holding angles. They're trying to keep Shopify Rebellion on their toes. Maybe force a mistake out. Good pressure being applied now over towards Connector. So now they're actually bringing pressure from different angles of attack. Can go through electrical as well with this blitz.
Yeah, this is cooked for Shopify. I don't see them winning
so
this.
Far liking this round for Tyloo, but it's all about the finish.
Yeah, and can they get Songla in on the action with that Deimos?
Oh.
Rexon's back.
Abe can get picked up inside of Connector.
Yeah.
Don't think that's going to be
You
a kill.
need me up there, Rylan? Never, bro. I'm not good enough, Rylan. Come on now.
Involved on this Deimos. Abe indeed will get brought back up. Remains low on health. Now, though, the time starting to get a little bit too low.
Oh my gosh.
Songla able to just barely stay alive.
I actually feel like Shopify is going to win this round. Dude, look at the health.
This is key. 20 seconds.
Oh, look at the smokes. There's 2 people, 1 shot.
Big kill from Canadian. Trade back though from Duha. Time expiring as they lose the blitz. Here comes Surf double with the shotgun. And only
I knew it. I knew it. See, I knew it though. Like, wow. Wow. Wow.
Shopify Rebellion will ward off the CNL team.
I knew it.
Labs and go 1-up in the series.
Damn, what a sell from what's that team called? Tyloo? What a sell from them. What a sell.
Despite Tyloo's comfortability on that map, the North American squad clearly just too good and in good form today. In a brutal format, it's what they needed, and so far, delivering the goods.
I mean, these guys are acting like it's a BO1. It's a BO3.
Rebellion, Tyloo's map pick of Bank will be coming up, where they'll look to try and get themselves back into this series.
Oh shoot, they go into like a locker room and everything. Okay.
Tyloo, they're on Nighthaven Labs. I don't think they walk away from this completely disappointed. Some good positives.
Yeah, I totally agree. Again, though, it's going to be the case if this is a challenging series, good is not going to be necessarily good enough for a series win. So certainly some positive takeaways, some learnings as well, I'm sure, going forward over the course of their journey. But I walk away from that pretty satisfied, right? I think Tyloo had good moments over the course of that map. Bit of refinement here or there could have potentially been a different result.
Yep. I think what you said there was actually pretty much perfect. Good is good enough against some teams.
Yeah. What team is playing after this? None.
Nearly anyone else in the bracket, maybe even the entire play-ins, you could get away with good, but it's just not.
This started the first game was at 7 o'clock for me in the morning. Peak things much for following.
Especially in that second half, it's 1%ers for Tyloo. It is constantly the 1%ers on their attack. It is leaving the kit on top of the roof. It is
the next games after this one are tomorrow. And they start at 9 p.m. Central. 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Central.
Gets a kill, locks down the site. They don't have options. It's
I should look at the bracket though.
That culminate into 1% that Shopify Rebellion will take and run.
I think in the long run, those things are fixable.
Yeah.
So the fundamentals clearly are there for Tyloo. I wouldn't walk away from this thinking, geez, this is a team that don't know what they're doing.
Not at all.
To me, it looks like a team that does know what they're doing.
Yep.
There's some areas that need fixing up. And with VOD reviewing, more experience, those are the things that are actually very easy to go back and say, take care of the diffuser better. You know, our entries are really good.
Oh,
what can we do after that? So there's actually a big piece of the pie that's already there. It's just about finishing it off.
Yeah.
Now, I missed the first 3 rounds of the actual map because sometimes you're going to eat some food. I know it's a crazy idea. But what I will say is the second I started watching this, every single opening pick looked dangerous for Tyloo if they didn't get it. It looked like a favorable gunfight. It looked as if they had actually set them up to find that opening pick. And it really became prominent on their attack how many opportunities they were able to capitalize on. I think that what you kind of said in the last final round where it's like they actually look like they have a really clear idea. They do. The Thatcher into the Zofia, just very quick little things that they don't spend a lot of time on. I actually think Tyloo right now are looking really good. Again, you are up against one of the best teams, not just in play-ins, but I think you could probably put Shopify Rebellion into a top 4 conversation for this event. And look, maybe that's a little too early to say, but that's
top
okay.
4.
Moving across to Bank now, though, Nighthaven Labs is where CNL lives. That's where they are comfortable.
Shoot, I don't know about that, but I mean,
does that change the conversation at all? Are you at all worried for Tyloo moving into a second map?
Well, I mean, worried would be more, I think, in a match where the teams are even and maybe, or going into the series even. Clearly not the case for this. I don't think you can ever worry for Tyloo. The expectation clearly has always been for Shopify Rebellion to win this series.
Fair.
What I will say is I'm worried in the sense that they actually dominated the opening kills so much. So Shopify Rebellion won 7 rounds. 2 of them were with opening kills, 5 where they had the opening death.
Yeah.
So that's quite significant, and it means on a map like Bank, where I honestly think opening kills on Bank matter even more than Nighthaven Labs. I'm not as worried for Tyloo. I genuinely think that the fact they won 2 rounds in a row here on Labs shows they can get back to back, a little bit of continuity. For Shopify Rebellion, again, they will be favored on Bank. This is where we've got to make sure we don't kind of misspeak out of turn. But I'm not worried for Tyloo. The foundations are there. They showed enough on Labs, but they've just got to be a little cleaner. In fact, a lot cleaner against a team like Shopify Rebellion.
Cole, every time you click into the stream, if it was showing it that way it showed before, where it's not the top overlay and the bottom overlay, and it's just a straight
inception phase, right? So
like if it's in a
this could be an opportunity
horizontal format versus a vertical format, you gotta tell me, because I didn't mean for it to be in a vertical format. That's why I was getting that's why I was getting issues with TikTok.
This is the kind of format and the
but I fixed it. I figured it out.
Or if your mind's a little off, or if
so we're good.
Niggles in the background in terms of the mental, etc., that can compound. And in a day that's so brutal, it only takes a couple of bad results and you're packing your bags, you're going home, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I think for Shopify Rebellion, they'll take a lot away from what they've been able to produce so far. And this next map is a case of let's just get a 2-0. Let's, have an opportunity.
Next map is Bank.
Still a big game tomorrow.
Relax and build up for that second game.
This is the thing. So for Fnatic, and potentially Shopify Rebellion, the way the series is going. You can go win-win today. You lose tomorrow, you're out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much form you had today. It doesn't matter how well Shopify
You're still playing an elimination game tomorrow. That's the
correct. And that's the thing with the two-phase play-in. I actually quite like it because it means that you don't just have to be good for 1 or 2 games. It actually comes down to that third and final game where it does become so important.
You're going to be playing a higher quality opponent. You don't just get to, we got fortunate. We played a Lula club into Tyloo and we're in. No. Yeah. Whoever you're going to be playing tomorrow is likely to be a top-level team as well. So, I mean, I think that when you kind of look at going into Bank now for Shopify Rebellion, starting on defense, I think that's a good point for them to be at. I think they can control the game really, really better than Tyloo. That's where Nighthaven Labs was lost. Tyloo never was in control.
You're about to start a team, and I'm going to be team captain.
Pretty nicely.
I hope they can, because right now, look, they are a good team, and you can see, as you've said, foundations
you said we're going to win it all.
So important in Siege. Their foundations, their mechanics are really on point. They look
I don't think I'm that good of a leader
when they're in that server. And now it's about capitalizing.
Damn,
and actually making
Rexon
sure
at a 3 KD, Surf at a 2, Ambi with a 1.5.
Would be a bank, and I think realistically, if you look to one of the key factors,
this guy had an 80% cost. What the hell?
Close on that 7-3. I don't think actually accurately assesses how close
sweeping,
this
stomping, and then
was.
7-0.
It's the opening kills where they seem to find so much success. You have a look right now. The scoreline's actually flipped when it comes to the entries. Shopify Rebellion only managed 3 out of the entire 10-round game that we played.
That's because Shopify's a goat.
Nighthaven Labs.
They got a goat at IGL. Letting them know where to hit.
That we were talking about. Where did that come from? Every single time there seemed to be a fight
actually,
in
let
the
me make sure
half.
that
He was there, he was taking it, and he was on his own terms. And I think moving into Bank, like you said, it's going to be important to see how they can manage to control the game. I actually don't think that, when we love to talk about win conditions, I don't think that there is a win condition. I think that condition has to be a snowball. I think that Tyloo have to control at the start of the rounds and keep the pressure on them slowly.
Whatever that
where they
means.
started to fumble is when they left it too late. They left it too late in 2 or 3 rounds, Michael, and every single time they either didn't have kit or they just fumbled the ball on an opening pick or an opening engagement in that late rounds.
Generally speaking, the early round was actually pretty positive from Tyloo. Not only just the entry metric, but I think the tempo that they were able to employ. A couple of occasions that they caught Shopify Rebellion off guard. A couple of occasions where maybe they forced a faster play style, which is again atypical. Shopify typically a lot slower and a little more refined in how they go for their approach. So a lot of it is mid to late attack. In terms of diffuser location, some of the positionals, some of the attacks as well, maybe a little more one-dimensional than you would typically require against high-quality opposition. And then defensively, a couple of occasions where they kind of allowed Shopify Rebellion to sneak back into rounds that they should have been closing pretty confidently. So I think for me, I'll be analyzing pretty heavily on Bank the last 45 seconds of the round. I don't foresee massive issues early round. If it plays out similarly to the first map, that could be a condition that they play into, and maybe a discussion that they're having backstage right now is, early round was great. Let's keep it up. Good information, good execution. Comms were flowing. Late round, though, that's where we need to see some improvement.
But, I mean, that's the credit, though, to Shopify Rebellion, understanding that, maybe...
When does it start? It already started. The series is 1-0. I don't know when the second game starts, but it's going to start pretty soon.
For Tyloo, that's going to be, I think, a gap, just for today, a gap too far. I don't know if they can do that. So if I'm Tyloo, I'm thinking...
Cole. Cole, don't worry. I'm not ending it anytime. I'm ending it after the SR game, because that's the last, But I fixed the format. That's it. I was being an idiot.
And try and catch Shopify Rebellion off guard, especially
Landon, I know it is pretty weird. It keeps on liking. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Then say Nighthaven Labs.
Well, you were talking about Abe in the first round of the second half, where it was like 1-7. He is statistically their best player over the last 60 days. And he was 1-7 in that first half. Imagine what happens if you can engage him earlier. If you can actually get him into the game, into the second half, and he has a little bit more of like a ramp rather than like this up and down trajectory. Right now, I do think that Tyloo are looking good. And for everyone at home, we did just talk about Tyloo a lot because I don't think you can really fault anything from Shopify Rebellion. They look like the team they should be.
Same from their first match today, Shopify Rebellion. Again, just did everything they needed to against El Yula Club. So I think coming into this, it's the same metric.
Yeah, 100%.
Just doing what you got to do.
Yeah, but
don't know what he's
this
on.
is the important part as we get into this second matchup. It is all on Shopify Rebellion. The pressure is entirely on them.
Well, the pressure's a little off now.
No, there's really not that much pressure, honestly.
Perception. They are by far the best team in play-ins, and it's not even close. They are not a play-ins team. They're a back half group stage team. They are a playoffs team. So this needs to be convincing for me. I don't think they can leave any doubt in our mind as we get underway with Bank, and I leave
Going base first.
Thank you, Analyst Rob. Doing a great job. Good to have him on the desk. And honestly,
Okay.
I agree with him wholeheartedly. And I think that for
Default
Shopify Rebellion,
setup.
they've actually handled the quote-unquote pressure, if you will.
Wait, was there a
because is
clash ban?
pressure when you're the top team and you're playing against teams you arguably should be winning. That's almost as pressurized as, say, if it was Shopify Rebellion versus Falcons later on in group stage, for example. The pressure levels would be quite similar, but just for different reasons.
There was? Okay, that's what I thought. I know there's going to be a clash ban next map, too.
It's double hard breach from Shopify
Thanks,
Rebellion, looking to make that a challenge for Tyloo. They
You
respond with the Kaid and
update
the clash.
the stream B result?
You can go ahead, Jake.
It
It's
seems
all
like
yours.
CAG by Varel have also been able to win their series Guz 2-1, which was against, I can't remember.
King Zero, I believe.
King Zero?
Yeah.
That would mean, I believe King Zero have been,
Yes.
that was an elimination one, wasn't it? Yes, that's unfortunate. So they will be the first team eliminated from the Esports World Cup. So it means for Group B, it will be MIBR Los versus CAG by Varel in that lower bracket final. Winner of that will qualify as the Group B 2 seed, which actually could
You're
end up
here to
being
support.
against
Thank you,
Shopify
Jonathan.
Rebellion, provided they win this map of Bank, they will be
Thank you
that
for following.
seed from Group A. Of course, this is, by the way, the last match of the day for Stream A.
Bro,
but
what
good
is
news,
this?
Stream B will
P5. Thank you for
still
the follow, man. Thank you guys for
have
follows.
Hewlett Club
Thank you.
versus Chiefs, which is also going to be an elimination game. But over to Bank now. Tyloo on the attack. Shopify Rebellion. As I said before, I think starting defense here. This
Oh,
is
it's
the
a
kind
shield.
of stuff that they can do. They can control, force Tyloo to play the way that they want to play. Basement to begin.
Yeah,
Knocked
good
out
job,
from
good job,
Amber.
good job, good job,
So
good job.
small
Is it
amount
BN3?
of
Yes.
pressure as
Shopify's
per
already up
usual.
1-0
Small staff in open area,
in the
play
series.
drop, and so much delay available for the defense.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how the Fuse is going to integrate into this lineup. Both
I don't
the
know how it is
Blitz
either.
and the Monty were
That's,
available.
yo, Blake, Stompin's not in EWC.
Secondary hard
They didn't call
for
for it.
here of the Fuse, and so we'll see if that has impact. And indeed it will right on cue. Notably though, the Grim did have also secondaries in the Fuse charge at a benefit as well. A bit of U2 clearance onto site, good counter onto the Goyo. We'll see just how much of those canisters end up being cleared. And unfortunately,
Dude, no Goyo canisters cleared by the Fuse is crazy work.
Which is the hope, really, with the cluster charges, is to hopefully deal with most of those. But the fact that there's still 3 up is a concern. Factor in the 3 gas babes available for Rexon, double Nitrocell, then the Shamika launcher.
Gonna have to switch the attack up.
Direct here, which right now is seemingly what they want to do.
Okay, that missed as well.
I don't think this is going to work out well for them. They need to pivot here.
Will this one land?
They cannot expect this to now work.
Nope. Oh no. That might be the most ineffective Fuse I have ever seen casting this game.
He does still have 1 cluster charge. He can.
No, that could be the golden cluster charge. That could be the one.
So am I, so good. He's
I think this
OPs.
round starts
He's too
28
OP.
seconds. They're going to need Jakku to push main and find 3 kills. They have nothing.
It's still a
else.
5v5 with they got 20 seconds to execute.
And the Shamika launcher of Surf. There's no way in which they can push through Surfer and get this round win. Shopify Rebellion have a 99.99% chance to win this round. Jackie Wu, funnily enough, gets the opening kill. It's irrelevant. Duas still has to get this plan. Abe, though, does have the smoke.
Are you serious? He's getting the plan off?
Surely not.
He's getting a plan off?
There has to be a denial. They will not deny.
He's getting a plan
They will be
off.
Successful.
What?
Despite all this utility for Shopify Rebellion, Tyloo through the front door.
99.99.
No way.
They're not retaking this.
I surely don't think. Well, now I will say this is 99% chance. Tyloo should win this round. It's a huge flip. Surf does get the down onto Duha, but a 1v3 post plant, 18 seconds. Not happening. Oh, what a round win for Tyloo.
What?
Well,
That one spot
That
the far
round had
exactly. He
everything.
didn't shoot it. He didn't shoot it far enough.
I believe they just won that round.
I don't think
Me
they can
neither.
pull it
None of
together.
us can.
Oh my. It didn't feel like
No,
there
the
was a
surface
world in
push
which
is
Tyloo
default,
could
but
get
like,
that plant down, yet
well,
they were
first of
able
all,
to do so.
Rexen was the smoke. He got first pick. I don't
The
know
lack of
where he died
flames
from.
Surf.
But the smoke was gone, and then Surf's those Tachanka pellets just weren't reaching. What the hell?
My goodness.
That's rough. That's rough.
Well, at least
I
you didn't
wasn't.
say 100%.
I was fully expecting them to just die,
You've learned.
getting that plant off.
Really, it was a way of trying to signify how bad a position Tyloo were in with 20 seconds to go. Finally,
Like that just might be that's just the game. Honestly, I feel like that's just the game.
That was a massive talking point.
That's just crazy.
Making it very difficult for Tyloo to set up for that eventual plant, but with the stage set, they were able to secure it, and with that, the opening round is theirs. And that's probably the only round so far for Shopify Rebellion today that we can look towards as a bit of a frustrating one where it should have been theirs and it wasn't.
Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah, I agree with that.
Certainly not the first round they've lost, but
the
first in that fashion,
round where they were dominant, they were in control.
And they'd be like, the immediate reaction is, how did we lose?
Well, can Tyloo follow on?
What was the score last game? 7-4.
Momentum. You win that round in that fashion. Yeah, the blood
7-4, 7-5.
Get to kind of celebrate briefly to start this second map.
7-3. Sorry, I'm an idiot. 7-3.
Second round.
Yeah, I thought Tyloo got more rounds on him.
The bands of the Ace and the Habana, meaning Kanto wall over towards elevators, will not be able to get opened up. No clash available for Canadian. The funniest part out of all that round is the fact that Tyloo again got the opening kill. I don't know how they just.
Not a good fun fact, Jason. Not a good fun fact.
Slow and steady here in the second round. Almost halfway through it. Jovica with a little bit of direct pressure. And then it's Canadian that pops up, finds the kill. Although Ambi caught at the skylight of Jackie Wu. And Abay follows up onto Canadian. And suddenly, Tyloo, despite not getting the opening kill, don't have the extra player.
Well, in classic Tyloo fashion, they don't have the diffuser.
Well,
let's see if that poses problems.
They might not need it, though, with Rexen falling to Duha. Spoit and Surf. Last two up. Surf able to connect onto the Bay. Falls back open over at the bomb chassis. Answering the Jugger payload. Spoit now low. Could be susceptible to that. Well, no, I guess he won't. Jackie Wu, by the way, is planting, and that is going to be an easy plant. No way to deny that one. Lovely shot, though, from Spoit.
And Song was all the way over towards Lone.
Jackie Wu.
Oh, timing.
Oh, they know he's here as well because they had to
oh my gosh.
The cross covered.
Wait.
They knew he was still over at the plant. Here comes Songler. Catches out Surf, but Spoit's just sticking. Songler has no idea. That's the round one. Pros do not fake. Songler had no clue.
What? What is?
That was cold from Spoit.
Well, Banger started a little sloppier than 90.
Hey, what a shot! What a shot from Spoit! I'm gonna. What a shot from Spoit! But what is this? This is Pro League?
Yeah, chaotic round.
No, Tyloo's comms are like awful. They're P5. They're literally awful. You would have, if you would have saw what happened last game, like it's their comms and like playing together as a team. It's like really good at some points, and it's just terrible.
2 versus 1. Spoit obviously just gets straight on the kit.
You and Spoit are crazy. Y'all are.
Easy counter defuse. But if you're Shopify Rebellion, you just want to get the round wins. You don't care how. But far closer rounds to begin here on Bank. We had top floor, CEO and executive for round number 3. Interestingly enough, Duho actually going to go on the Monty himself. Haven't really seen too much shield play from Tyloo. Did bring the blitz a little bit back in the second half of Nighthaven Labs. Only 2 rounds.
It's looking like heavy repel play again, lobby side from
Oh shoot.
Tyloo.
Okay.
May look to stage an attack on
Hell
that
yeah, P5.
side of the map. Especially with the Monty in place, ended up Nana go for a play front.
I mean, this has to be a Zofia below to clear out Janitor, right? I mean, that has to be the play. Bay, though, gets rid of Canadian. It's just on the repel.
Wow.
Well, it could
Okay.
be jam below or just for the U-tool and the castle barricades.
That's rough.
I don't think there's any point getting too fancy now with advantage.
I mean, this Monty's going to go up and on 100%.
Quizzy, thank you for the follow, man. I was trying to figure out how to say your name.
Electrosensor active.
Puts Surf under quite a bit of pressure here. He wants to try and retain position and ward off that Monty. And a drop isn't necessarily always to safety from that position either.
But, I mean, the elevator position's quite volatile. If you don't get help from long desk, and with that shield, but the problem is it's a solo push right now from Duha. Like the smoke play, they know he's there, they've got the information, but where's the follow-up?
I think Solus drops.
Duha gets into a good position. This is where you want to be if you're Tyloo. Oh, Songler's just going to go repel straight down. That's one way in. The Gas Babes, though, from Wrexham will delay the push up Banana. Yovika caught by Ambi. They do have Wrexham playing long desk and can provide a little bit of help for Surf.
Yeah,
At
that's
the
rough.
end, he gets cleared out. Tyloo retain the advantage. And good position as well around front desk.
Good drone. Fundamentals at the moment from Tyloo are really sound.
Yeah, absolutely. That was certainly a point we brought up back on Nighthaven Labs. They're following through here as well on Bank so far. Job's not done. But they do have Ambi already low on health. And they've got good control in towards the site. Good damage from Ambi onto Duha. Does still have that Nitro Cell. That could be the ticket to get rid of this Monty.
Wait, that's actually a really good
Throws it
castle.
out, but doesn't quite connect.
That helps Ambi out so
And the
much
little
over here.
top main, Rexon almost found an angle. Holding right side. Covered. Does
Good
get
flick.
The kill onto Songler. Then knows one is up close. Took a bit of damage and then goes prone. 20 seconds left. Jackie Wu does deal with him. That's long desk now opened up. Ambi still holding in a good
Ambi and
position
support,
towards
the two gunners
Amber.
alive.
His position unknown. Catches out a Bay.
It's just a Monty, 2v1 versus a Gridlock.
The duo for Shopify Rebellion on
Or
site will
a
hold
Grim.
strong. There's no time for
There's
Jackie
running
Wu,
suppressor.
and once again doesn't have the kit. Runs past it. Time
The
expires.
two gunners
Shopify
are
Rebellion
live.
hold on in round 3.
That's all it takes.
Breakdown. It's late round breakdown number.
User,
I
you don't
know,
understand
we're losing
because
track at
it's a
this
best
point.
of
Early
3,
round,
meaning they have to
even
win
mid-round,
2
pretty
out of
good.
3
They got great
maps.
value from the
So
Monty
Shopify
again.
won the first
Tyloo
map,
position is pretty sound.
but they have to win this second
Time
map.
Spare there at the end, but Ambi was allowed to reposition. Spoit was a looming threat stock side as well. And unfortunately for Tyloo,
Yo,
the
Dave, don't come in here
1%
trolling saying
come back to
Tyloo's
bite
winning.
them
Come on
once
now.
again.
Well, you can have good fundamentals, but you
Spoit
still
playing
gotta
against...
follow
No,
through.
Spoit and Ambi are on the
Glass
same
Castle
team.
will
They're on
be
Shopify.
advanced.
Yeah, Castle's been a mainstay from Shopify Rebellion, so Tyloo wanted to alleviate some of that util clearance. Glaz yet to be selective, but selected, but a preemptive.
Said, damn, that's
there
OP.
from-
Yep.
It was selected in the first round.
It was.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I was saying when those two were still alive. They're two gunners, two fraggers, two really good gunners and
Yes.
fraggers.
2v3
2v3 is no problem for those two.
Pretty much playable across the board. So into round 4.
See people just LARP in chat.
Been a good contest on that.
Welcome to
Kind of
2026.
the way we build it up. Tyloo have followed through. They've been better, but as you
All
said
right, let's
before,
see.
those
Is he
late
playing
round
Tachanka? Is he playing
issues
Tachanka again? No, he's
clearly
off the
plaguing
Tachanka.
them
Surf's
still
on the smoke now.
as was the case
Rexton's on the
Nighthaven
Warden.
Labs. It's a cruel game, Siege. I mean, for all intents and purposes,
It should be 3-0.
It's almost like
as well.
there's 3 stages.
Julian, just know we're going for
Start, middle,
Shopify,
end,
and they're
always
gonna
2
win.
out of 3 every round. But it's that final piece that matters the most.
Yeah.
Something like a Shopify win.
They'll bring the sense
I think
for fourth round,
Shopify
so
should
it's
win
indicative that
every
we'll
single
likely
game
see
in their plans.
a hatch drop execute in this round. CCTV, the lineup is well known now at this point. And that will offer some counterplay onto this defensive lineup, which has seen a significant shuffle from Shopify Rebellion, probably a little bit scarred after their failed plant denial attempt last time on basement.
Let's Spoit on
the first floor with potential fallback through open.
This is pretty aggressive from Spoit, this position right here. Because if someone does push... Oh my god.
Default again, guys.
Dude, these guys don't shoot default cams. What is up with that?
Still up.
These are my ranked teammates.
That's bad fundamental.
But this is, again, where in the VOD reviews, they're going to learn quite a lot. This is a round lost based off this default. Easy Nitro Cell for Canadian. And if it wasn't going to be that Nitro, it was going to be Spoit anyway.
You're just hoping SR never has to go against DZ again.
Catch them by surprise. This is a rather deep position.
SR's kryptonite right there.
Wire is below, so he can't just push through. A couple of Candelas used as well to clear out first floor. Jackie Wu had a small opportunity. But this now should end up being a rather difficult round for Tyloo. Gotta reload.
It should. It definitely should. I don't know what type of push they're gonna do now, but they can't go through server. I don't think. It's just like it's gonna be an impossible plant, but they're gonna try it anyways.
Big red flag. Yeah, big red flag moments.
60 seconds on the clock. Can Tyloo formulate a round-winning plan? Tough on this site when you're a player down. They need a hero moment. Hold on. Could come courtesy of the Solid Snake. Jackie Wu's been good in this match. And that's a lot of information gained, but playing off it, whole different story.
Well, you're at the point now where I think server push is not going to work, so it's going to be elevator drop, main stairs.
Garage work. Yeah, I don't mind this plan.
World's greatest sense there.
Get some information from the radar as well with this positioning. Helps out that push towards Garage, but Yovika loses it anyway to Spoit, despite getting that called out from Jackie Wu. You would imagine, oh, the timing. Nice push from Canadian. Well, this is probably
Canadian's feeling himself.
Round that we may have seen actually in the series as a whole, certainly here on Bank. Some big issues for Tyloo in this fourth round, and Shopify Rebellion have put them to the sword. While Songler denies the flawless nature of the round, it's still an easy round win for Shopify Rebellion as they go 3-1 up. They make
you said you have a question. What team is SR playing? They're playing Tyloo. T-Y-L-O-O.
Yeah,
they're in the CNL, the Canadian League, but I think they are like a APAC roster, if that makes sense. First round was an impossible plant. Maybe we put fate. Nah, they won't make that same mistake again. That's why you saw Surf. That's why you saw Surf get off the Tachanka and Rexen. Rexen played the smoke that first round. Surf switched to the smoke, and Rexen chose to get on the Warden.
Facilitated Spoit to play an advanced position, allowed Canadian to get.
I have no idea who Tyloo is, by the way. I'm gonna be so real. And then the first game that Shopify played, they played a BO1 against Alula Club. I have no idea who that team is. The team Shopify playing Tyloo, T-Y-L-O-O, Tyloo.
Was their best way in which they could have potentially opened the round. Didn't
go. He said Shopify also has Canadian. They have a really good roster. Again, they should make it pretty far. They should make it they should make it the top 8, minimum top 8.
Walking away from this event, there's so much that you can actually look at on paper and say we can fix this.
Yeah,
we can fix getting rid of default. we can fix our late round execute.
Basically, because Shopify is playing randoms. This team is like really random. No idea what team is.
Let alone the team that's still new in this department. And a 3-1 lead, though, for Shopify Rebellion. Should, again, remind, in terms of the format, this is not
edit Synchron Live.
Correct. Provided Tyloo are the team to go on and lose this series, they will drop to the lower bracket, where they will play the winner of Alula Club and Chiefs, which is happening right now on the B stream. I don't believe they've started just yet, though.
5 seconds remaining.
Tellers and archives for the 5th round.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
I think for me, the way I would frame the remainder of this match is, do we see a Shopify Rebellion now that can kind of put a foot to the throat?
Yeah.
Can they be ruthless from this point onward?
He said, "Is this EWC?" Yes, yes, exactly. This is the EWC play-ins.
Put Tyloo in an even more
today and tomorrow.
Position. Early round has been the biggest strength for Tyloo over the course of this series.
But it's also,
Shopify to sharpen that a
but
little.
also, it's Shopify Rebellion are winning in the way they want to be winning here. Better fundamentals, better late round. They don't
Better
need
team.
To just, run
Just say
around and
that.
Quick heads. Like if this were Weibo versus Tyloo, Weibo are spawn peeking, they're rushing, they're just, you know they can beat them in the straight up gunfights. And while Shopify Rebellion know that as well, they're still just sticking to a playstyle that's going to serve them in good stead for the remainder of the tournament.
Playing a more gentlemanly game of Siege.
Oh, love that.
Is there
Exploit
Twitch drops?
there on
I
the
don't have
do-not.
drops. No, I don't.
That is one thing, by the way.
Not
here,
yet.
Bank has now got the opening kill advantage, 3-2. They've got decimated there on Nighthaven Labs.
Spoit as well, having a much better map too. Noting back on Labs a couple of key moments where he was getting caught out, put in uncomfortable positions, but
That's his
on Bank,
first
he's been
opening
good.
kill of the series. He was 0-2 up until that point, which
Yep.
is
not his
anything
primary,
bad,
not his
but
primary
no,
role.
No.
There's more so the mid to late where there were some weaknesses.
Ooh, Yovica, cool. Okay, things starting to unravel for Tyloo. You know, you called it. You wanted to see Shopify Rebellion put the foot on the throat. And it seems like in this 5th round, we're getting a glimpse of that. I think at this point now, Tyloo, while they're not waving the white flag, I do wonder if they're sensing this might be a task too difficult to complete from this position. They won't give up on the round,
I like this lurk.
but they're searching. They're digging deep. And when that starts to happen, your fundamentals then fall away. And while Tyloo's fundamentals have been largely good in the series, I
He has
don't
no
think they've got
idea.
the
Who was that?
ability to offset. Now, Jackie Wu does
Oh,
go
man.
down at the same time as Abay slipping into Archives, catching out Surf. 3 versus 2. Abay pushing over towards Admin. Spoit able to get out of the way. As Songler is
Nice
eliminated, it's
nade.
only Abay left.
Oh,
He
shoot,
does
okay.
at least win the battle against Spoit, and he does have 45 seconds in a 1v2. Not impossible. But Ambi will hold top floor on the Solus, and he is the full trump card here. Even if Ambi gets kit and tries to plant, Ambi has got him covered. And Rexon, though, has a bay covered up close.
That was
4
almost a sell.
straight for Shopify Rebellion. 3 rounds away from securing their place in play-in phase 2 tomorrow.
You just knew he wasn't winning that
Is
crumble.
this now too far gone for Tyloo? Game of
But
two
imagine he
halves, of
did.
course, it
Imagine
must
he
be
did.
said, and Bank sometimes can be favorable for defense, but
Wow, it sucks
does feel
for
like there's some
whoever Ram
breakdowns
was.
now for Tyloo. Early round, that timeout, not as good as we've come to expect over the course of this series so far. Abay with a
He
bit
said
of fight
Ambi was
shown,
alive, Bill
but
takes
needed some
risk.
support, and Jackie Wu was on the ground.
I mean, that round, to me, devolved into, I'm just going to lurk push.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what that round was. Does anyone play after
okay,
this?
Michael?
There's not supposed to be anyone playing after this, but there's a game going on in the B stream.
Might not be too much longer though with Shopify
It's
Rebellion.
Chiefs versus Chiefs Esports versus Alu. I can't pronounce their name. The Alu Club. It's. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm watching this game and then I'm off, dude. I've been up since 7 o'clock.
You don't want it
It's a
being
random
position
game.
where
You
hang
wouldn't
ahead,
know
hang out,
anybody.
this is too much. You still got every
A
reason
nade with straight slot. That's my type of
to
nade.
keep fighting
Exactly,
here,
they're
and
not
who
going
knows
home.
Clinical ball,
who
think
knows
we call
what
him.
can happen.
Said 2 rounds on the B stream. Exactly.
Tyloo have shown enough
Exactly.
over the course
It's like,
of the
like, why
last
would you
hour
even
or
watch
so
that? You
to
know, you don't know
still
anybody.
remain competitive here
Crazy,
on
thank you for
Bank.
the
This
10
is not
roses, man.
a
Thank you,
complete
man.
foregone conclusion. Unfortunately, though, the last couple of rounds, we're seeing the standard slip.
Yeah.
They need to regain a bit of confidence and go back to that previous form that we saw glimpses of on Labs. Again, the sense to be deployed here, final
Yeah, 'cause I
round
gotta
of
fix
half
that, bro.
top floor hit.
I need to make it to where it's just one.
Yokai once again in
I don't know how to
play
do that,
from
though.
Shopify Rebellion, but
I'm
a
not
perfect
tech
counter
savvy.
from Abay on the IQ.
I know, Crumble. You won't see in this whole event.
I think Tyloo,
It
final
sucks,
round,
but
you just try and slow the pace
we'll get
down,
to see him
deal with
play
the
in like a
util,
month,
play into
month and a
your
half.
IQ. You look at the
Something like
opening
that.
kills, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes in the last 3 rounds. A far cry to what we saw back on Nighthaven Labs, where it was far more around that 1 minute mark. So the pace in this map of Bank is
Yeah,
expected
Mason.
being a very different map playstyle.
Been doing it since 7, dude.
Has increased, and with that, they just haven't really been as successful in the opening engagements. A 3-1 advantage to Shopify Rebellion in the last 4 rounds, signifying that. But this now being a round that's actually going to play out very slow, essentially the slowest round since the opening round, which, funnily enough, Tyloo won.
Do you know how much of it, like a genuine?
Sensing an opportunity
Oh.
here in round
Jackie
6,
Wu.
but Jackie Wu pounces.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Alright,
I thought
I'll shut
Spoit
up.
had him
So
on
did I.
toes. and Jackie Wu very clean with the pre-fire.
Jackie Wu, the GOAT.
Well, is that going to be enough for Tyloo? You've still got a minute, so the time is pretty good. This boy has been playing a very, very good half of Bank. And now can push up Banana. Good pressure on the Canadian. He was basically trapped. Even if he had have walked away from that nade, he's dead anyway.
Whatever.
A two-player advantage for Tyloo, seeking their second round on Bank. Now it's within their sights. Surf, though, holding strong towards Talers. Nitrocell, is that good enough?
Oh,
Yes,
what a
is.
nitro.
Double from Surf. Hits the high waves on the Songline
Hold up.
Bay, and with Ruxin getting rid of Duha, they've flipped this round again.
Wait.
And
He's
only
resable.
now
He's
Jackie
resable,
Wu
sort of.
left. He probably cannot
He's not
believe
resable.
From 5 versus 3, he's now the solo.
T1, thank you for the follow, man. Thank you.
What a play from Surf. I don't even know if he was going for the second kill. I think he was just going for the confirmation. 20 seconds on the clock. Could Jackie Wu present something special? No. And
Yo,
Shopify
3v5.
Rebellion,
That
5-1
Tyloo
up
just sold a
at the halftime
3v5.
Unbelievable play.
Oh my gosh.
From Surf
I look like Togi. I don't look like
lead
Togi, bro. Come on now.
for the Rebellion. So clinical, so dominant.
How's a
I mean, there's
game-winning
not much else to
C4 right
really
there?
say to it, as much as we want to try and sing the praises of Tyloo, find the positives.
Look at them. They look
It all
tired.
just circles back to
They're like bored
there
as
is a
hell.
huge gap between these two teams, as expected.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a testament to North
Yeah,
America,
Rage.
right?
Remember, they
Shopify
qualified for the
Rebellion are
playoffs in the
still
group
so
stage, but they
deadly
lost. I forgot who they
irrespective
lost
of
to.
how they've been seeded for this event, right?
DZ?
The lowest seeded North
I think so.
American team
I think it
who
was
also
DZ.
happened to play in
So yeah, they
both
came in
regions.
last in terms of the groups that qualify for
It's a
EWC.
very strong region at the moment. Some may argue the strongest at the moment.
They're not wrong,
As a
Isaiah.
collective.
They're not wrong.
Are you one of those some?
I'm in that, yeah, I'm in that camp.
Sligga, thank you for letting me love.
I think NAL as a region collectively right now is number 1.
I don't think that's that hot of a take.
No, it's not.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Rage, because
24
Shopify had
months ago, it would've been an
to
incredible hot take.
Shopify had to do the play-in for SLC, and you saw how far they got, you know?
Yeah, replay package of the first half, of course, playing.
So this
through
is like
Tyloo,
nothing
the
to
one
them.
and
This
only
is
round
just
coming
like,
off the
I don't
back
know,
of
extra
some
practice.
extraordinary
This is
circumstances down
this
below
might
on
be a
that base
scrim,
side, where
honestly.
they were able to clutch up and get a plant on
We
the
could call
ground,
this a
but
scrim.
Outside of that, Shopify Rebellion have been largely
No, DZ is a
in
definite
control.
DZ is a definite powerhouse, and their SR is
Tyloo,
kryptonite.
In some instances, have looked good early round. I think that
People say you
narrative
look
has
like
shifted
something.
a little bit here at Bank, where Shopify Rebellion have refined things a little bit. There's been some gleaming issues.
Hey, whatever you
mistakes as
say.
well from Tyloo, and Shopify Rebellion, to their credit, have capitalized.
Well, we've got 25 seconds left of the halftime break.
By the way, I was gonna call
Shopify
Grim an
Rebellion.
idiot, but he
Let's
won
put
that
our
gunfight,
thinking
so I had to
cap
shut
for a
up.
Split second. MRBR Los are playing CAG by Varel tomorrow. One of those are going to then play Shopify Rebellion. Who has the better chance of those two, realistically, against SR?
Well, before you even pose the question, I was just going to say Shopify Rebellion just flat out win against
Exactly.
either of them. So, in terms of who has the better chance,
Has to be
it's a
MIBR.
tough question. Probably MIBR Lows. As much as I would love
Let's see the
to,
bands. Let's see the Monty band.
make an argument for CAG by Varel. But
And I'll ask you the second question.
You think
MIBR
Split has a
Lows
better
versus CAG,
team?
who have you got?
probably MIBR Lows.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
But I expect that to actually
What's
be a pretty
Split going?
competitive three-mapper.
Give me 1 second, and I
So
can
back
tell
underway
you.
into the second half. Don't imagine we're going to be here on Bank
You
for
chose
much
CAG?
longer, but with
Rage,
that
out of
is
all
good
teams, you chose
news when we've
CAG?
got a whole nother series
APAC
still to
doesn't.
play on the
APAC
B-stream.
and play-ins does nothing, and they don't do anything really ever when they make it to land. I think I
There will be
chose
more
Fnatic
series action still
and
to be
SR.
played for
And that
Day
is
number 1 here at the Esports World Cup.
Chiefs Allure Club, I believe. Yep. And that is an elimination matchup as well, of course, over on the B stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sports 5 and 3.
Stakes for the Aussie boys and the men qualifier.
I mean, everybody sort of got the same. I mean, obviously, the only
Where I
person that's
kinda
negative
look at
is
this in
is
this
Canadian, and he's always pretty much negative. But he's 4 and 5. He's pulling his weight,
Is this
actually.
Is this a 99.99% chance?
That was quite funny. Quite funny.
He chose Fnatic at first
Hilarious.
and changed it because
Some say.
they've been disappointing till now.
But since then, they haven't won a single round.
Oh, I still think they're going to be disappointing, but I
Probably
think
should've
they'll
won
make
the
it.
second as well.
Yeah.
You know, past all these
Could've,
kind of
would've,
random
should've.
teams.
I think that's the tail of the tape for this matchup.
Like, they're disappointing, but not that
Tyloo
disappointing.
on a
Not
better
that
day with
disappointing.
A little more experience. Maybe next year they could do some damage.
From what
note
I've
that
seen
this
in
is
Pro
this
League,
team's
not CAG,
best
sorry, but just
appearance
in
at this level
general,
seen
I
on
have
this
the
stage of
APAC has
players.
not done much, honestly.
I think they've done a decent job.
And again, most importantly, against the quality of opponent, this is what you gain from this, the ability to scrim.
Till that one player got arrested for holding someone hostage. That was
EML.
uncalled for and a bit hilarious and random.
Songler falls to Ambi. This one, well, the sting's out of it now. Yeah, Shopify Rebellion have been the better team, no doubt about it.
Yeah, they'll continue to play it on their terms. Nothing silly. Fundamentals will remain in check.
And I don't think they'll walk away from this being like, man, we're playing so well, and it's just job done. Move on to the next one. Build up a good, solid foundation going into group stage, provided they get there and win their series tomorrow. But that's the thing, you lose tomorrow and you're out. So
Exactly. Yeah.
What happened,
They have to kinda
Quizzy?
keep the
There was
same
some player
focus.
on CAG
Can't
who
get
was
too far ahead of
holding
themselves.
Exactly.
people hostage in his house, and they like arrested him.
Exploit being lit up by the Tachenko.
I was like, dude, are you serious? You let some R6 esports player hold you hostage? I don't know. It was
for
weird.
the attack. And still 90 seconds in this action phase for Shopify Rebellion to manipulate. We will see an advanced position over towards blue stairs for Tyloo.
Dude, they have a shield here
Shotgun in
too.
hand.
Damn.
Duha, can he inflict damage? He could potentially bring this round
Wait,
back
that's
to
it. Wait, did y'all
Tyloo,
see
but
the
likely he's just
the
unconfined.
Denari
Pretty much gonna
strip
have to
and the
play
thorn
live, unless
on
he
the
gets
walk
good
down?
timing, which
That's gonna
might
get
be
that blitz.
depending on
It's gonna
how
get
he's
Canadian,
committed.
dude.
Square,
He's
but
all in.
yeah,
That's
definitely committed.
genius.
A little bit of damage in
Damn,
to Canadian.
triple.
With the Razor Bloom, Canadian able to get the pistol shot. This is all too
Wait,
easy
Canadian's
for
dead.
Rebellion straight down
Oh,
blue
no?
stairs.
Okay.
Only 2 remain now for Tyloo on the defense. A bit of a shield swap now for Bay. Knowing that pressure's going to be direct to the side. Still the Shamika launcher available for Jackie Wu. Flash into the face. Shopify Rebellion going for the plant. Free kill.
Lost.
To Jackie Wu from Surf. And the drop down. That's
Gosh.
Andy that gets the kill. Would have been Surf anyway. Flawless.
Should they
and
EMP'd
6-1
it?
lead.
Oh, Canadian was looking for it, I guess.
And I'm looking across at Tyloo on screen now, and they look pretty
I think
muted.
Hey, that's why we watch Pro League,
This
to
is where
figure out all these
it's
strats.
7-3 and almost shaping up to be 7-1. So on paper,
Well, he's
you
big
walk
team
away from
garage.
this.
He
For
just
those who
moved
maybe
out
didn't
there.
watch the game, and they
But
just
he's
look at
also
the
playing the
scores,
Heddles in garage.
complete dead rubber, big stomp. But there was so many elements that
I think they had
the
Heddles in
scoreline
garage, and then they had
doesn't
Heddles on the that server
pay
wall,
dividends to what we've seen.
right on like the default plant.
No, I would
Tyloo
agree.
dominated the early portions on all of the rounds in labs, basically. Had good moments here on Bank, yet they've only got the 1 round win. It's just the difference in experience is the most damning thing from this series, the biggest takeaway. And now it's, as you said, you kind of look over and I think they realize we've fought hard, we've tried, and while the scoreboard maybe doesn't reflect the overall play that they put into this,
There's not much gas in the tank.
I
They're running on fumes.
I think they've run out of the gas in the tank.
Yeah.
And on a better day, in terms of if they had, let's say, played this 6 months or 12
Yo,
months
thank you
into
so
the
much for
future, and
following.
on a
I
better
can't
day,
see your name,
they
but
could
thank you
have
for
had a bit
following.
more damage on the scoreboard.
You low key want to see
But
Furia win. It would be
your
interesting.
default's up. Yeah, you're forgetting kit.
Hey, never
So
say
while
never with the
overall
Brazilians.
fundamentals have been good, and
They're
also, as you said
insane.
before, I think the best thing you said, the red flags have been hugely still there for Tyloo.
But again, not elements of their gameplay that can't be fixed pretty quickly.
No.
They're not that structural or that difficult to rectify, even over the course of.
It's just for
Well,
lore.
they're right. They're that gleaming and that
You
easy to
can't
fix.
But look, as a team, it's hard to fix
Quizzy, I'd
someone's
focus on the
aim and
IEMs,
their
not the
ability
noise
to
canceling
play the
headsets.
game.
Or
You can-
larger macro
You
issues,
can
right?
fix team issues like, hey, you guys are leaving default up. Deal with that. That's pretty easy to fix. You can fix the way that you play around the kit.
As long as they're receptive to that feedback.
Oh, yeah, you would hope.
If it was you,
Ah,
I'd be a bit more questionable.
I lost calls. Lost calls.
Rage, thank you for
As
the thank you for the follow, man. Thank you, man.
Pro Series was clearly able to provide the evidence.
Spoiled on glass. Spoiled can do anything on any app.
So 2 minutes remaining then in what may be the final round of this series. The Kali to be deployed here from
Oh,
Canadian.
yo, Lucas, thank you for following.
to counter some of the utility from the
Thank you,
attack,
thank you.
namely that shock drone, which has been shot out in response. Surf will send the second over towards top square in search of additional utility, namely the Denari tripwires. So good utilization of the shock drone.
Is it kind of questionable? Nah, you gotta be able when you're in Pro League and you're on a team, you gotta be able to be flexible, you know.
for the defense and be up close. Sound. Oh, okay. Well, netted it in the end. 2 half falls.
Said he can't play
That is an
shields.
element of the game
Perfectly
that has
fine.
broken for Tyloo the early round here, as this match has gone
What team was
on,
a big
has
G2?
gotten a little weaker.
100% rage. Daniel, thank you for the follow.
Surf now very much wanting to end things.
Watch
quickly.
VR?
To Jackie Wu.
You mean like the other
Wanting
stream?
to provide some kind of a last dance, but no.
So the whole
It's
team's
only
underrated.
to
Daniel,
left.
thank you for that on
4
live.
versus 4. Nice little pistol shot onto MB. You'll take that
Wow.
as an individual. Good little play. But this is going to be 7-1 territory. A little bit of a tussle in the
Yeah,
first
it's
half.
like too
but
easy.
Shopify Rebellion far too good in the series as a whole.
It's like a ranked
7-3,
game.
7-1.
It's like a ranked
They
game.
book their place into the second phase of play-ins. They will be Group A's.
Oh, and I agree
#1
with
seed, and
Richie,
tomorrow will
with
play
what Richie
Group B's
said.
#2 seed, which will be either MIBR
G2 made a super team. Yeah, exactly. They made a super team and they didn't qualify for EWC. It's like unheard of. Like it was crazy. It was crazy getting that roster to not be there. I mean, those five talented players, and they're not EWC.
I think they'll be pleased with how today has proceeded. Respect to Tyloo though, they didn't go down without somewhat of a fight, and whilst it did,
Surf's
start to
underrated.
peter
Yeah,
out
quiet as hell.
towards the tail
Double
end.
fist bump there from Canadian.
Little quiet guy.
You take that. Look, they played some pretty positive Siege over the course of the last couple hours, and
That's the best
Commendable.
VOD review material you
I want to
get
see
as a team
the.
this
I want to see the
event.
before I
That's
before I
usually where we
go.
say
I want to
for
see the
APAC
stats.
teams,
I want to
that's
see like
positive.
cost,
When you get to,
KD.
say, see a team like
for the
Chiefs
whole
make their
series.
first appearance, well, this iteration of Chiefs. And it's the same for the CNL teams as well. When you get a chance to play the quality of Shopify
R6
Rebellion.
tournament. Yeah, it's the
So, taught a lesson.
Pro League.
Now it's a matter of they'll go back.
They're
and
playing in
what
the
can they
Esports World
actually
Cup.
learn from it and then implement into their next games. That's going to be the takeaway for Tyloo. It's one thing to get taught the lessons, but you got to then actually learn from it.
yeah, and then furthermore, actually implemented in future games. Right? So I think for Tyloo's trajectory, it's going to be very
Alan Ezzy, thank you for the
interesting to see
follow.
if we see
Thank you.
rapid improvement and refinement, and then maybe fast forward 6-12 months, right? Where does that team find themselves at? But for Shopify Rebellion,
You think
that was
they?
very,
I think they
very
have
pleased.
the
I don't
bracket
think,
updated.
today has gone astray really at any point in time. There's been no crisis meetings required for them, and
Oh.
they'll be pretty pleased heading into
We got
tomorrow.
the big man back on the desk. Rob, it's good to see you.
Thank you, little man.
You don't understand G2's coach?
Big man,
Tried
little
something,
man.
didn't work. It's all right. Just don't try it again.
It's okay, but I think look, nowhere near. You also, I don't think you have the guttural power, we'll say, of the big man. But we'll get there one day. Look, I think overall, this is what we expected. This is what you hope for out of Shopify.
They haven't
Rebellion.
even-
We
they haven't
continue
even
to put the
released
pressure
it
back
yet.
onto them throughout the course of today, and every single time they stood to the challenge and they continued to look the team that they should be. For Tyloo, you boys have put it perfectly. Great VOD material this. They can see where they went wrong because it's very clear. When you look back at this matchup and you actually have a look at how Tyloo played, they didn't play awful. It was just when those kind of push came to shove, the 1%.
They got 7-1. They played awful.
Snowballed out of control in the second
hell?
half. Unfortunately, it could have been a 7-0. Let's just say it. The second map could have been a 7-0. But you're going to be happy if you're Tyloo. You take away from this match what you can, Guz, and move forward as Shopify Rebellion are well and truly on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it feels like it's all building up to tomorrow. And as we have probably said 1,000 times at this point, it is a really brutal format. Today could easily go down as very forgettable pending the result tomorrow. So I think for Shopify Rebellion, it's about having a quick chat.
You wanna see
what went
Shopify
right, what
win?
didn't, what can
Don't
they
worry,
improve
they're gonna
for
qual.
tomorrow. And then
I
locking
have
in
no
for that,
doubt
because
that
they're
like
obviously still gonna
that
be favorites
Shopify
and
is
retain
going to
that
qual.
particular advantage, and it's about implementing that game plan. Today was good from them. Tomorrow needs to be just
Because I
as
mean
good, if
that
not better.
BO1 they
Imagine
played
the social
earlier
media
pretty
reaction
easy,
if Shopify Rebellion
and then this
lose
BO3
tomorrow, regardless
was
of
I don't
opponent.
I can't
So-
even it's I don't
so
even know.
Today, then it's not like people will be like, "Oh, but what a good day one they had." It doesn't matter.
doesn't
They don't
matter.
get that. It doesn't matter.
That is
But
crazy,
what it
though.
means is I kind of
They
look at
lost the
their
first
day,
round
obviously we
and
got
then
to cover
7-0'd
their
after.
games, is They just got the job done. They let their fundamentals
And that
their
caster said
experience
that
do the
Tyloo,
heavy lifting, and because of
caster
that,
said
they ended up
Tyloo
winning
didn't
quite
play bad.
convincingly in both of their matchups. Certainly 7-3, 7-1 against the Tyloo team that looked pretty good against Chiefs on the B Street
Feels
earlier.
thank you for
And
sharing the
in
live.
end, I think, as you said, especially on Nighthaven Labs, just the late round was the biggest difference maker. And then as the series
You feel like
pushed on,
M80, Furia,
players
G2's
early
not
round
in
of the
here.
round also
If
then
anything, you
quite
probably
go their
think of
way. So they
DZ
lost
maybe.
that element, and then that's why it was
G2 did not qual. No. They lost to
I think,
Fnatic.
to extend it to a third map. And as you kind
Yeah,
of alluded
the
to,
SR is going to qual, but I'm not going to lie. SR is.
the rustier they kind of looked, a bit of gas lacking in the
I'd take
tank,
SR over Furia.
Maybe that lack of experience.
I wouldn't
at
take them
this
over
level,
FaZe.
in
I'd take
this
them over
environment. That's time to
M80.
shine through. Shopify Rebellion have played in countless best of threes in this kind of environment. They'd be used to the fatigue factor and all the rest of it, the lights and sound and everything else that goes along with it. Whereas for Tyloo,
Yeah, SR really,
unfortunately
and
for
and
them,
to
they just
to go
didn't
off
quite
of
have it in
what
them.
Seth has said, he said as long as they don't play anyone from
as
NA, you think they can
good
play top
moments
8.
don't necessarily equal a result against such high
They're
quality
really good
I
against
think the
international
takeaway
teams, but like
for
against
Shopify
NA,
Rebellion
they
is
kind
this is
of
where they need to be.
they're kind of
They
bad.
need
Like
to implement a day like
it's
today
weird.
to assert their dominance and really
to
kickstart
Twisted
their
Minds,
campaign.
nah,
They
they'll
need
beat
to
Twisted
expect
Minds.
them
Just how they
to
beat
finish in
Twisted
groups
Minds.
and really look a little
Remember,
bit better than this
they
Jake,
beat
but
well, they're like 1-1
ultimately,
against Twisted
now
Minds.
moving forward, we have really clear storylines for the top two teams, Fnatic and Shopify Rebellion.
But remember, they beat Twisted
look
Minds in
like the
SLC
best teams that we have
to
in place.
Absolutely,
get
and
to
just the way that they've played their games and,
that
and
final,
just the
that grand
results
final.
in general speak for itself. It's not like they scraped over the line. It's not like they had a bit of a sloppy day and they navigated this tricky scenario, but they got over.
What's up,
They
Brown?
just were both very clean, very dominant.
Well,
And
if you
the best
remember
thing
in
with the
SLC,
performance,
they
don't have to
first
play
lost
each
to
other,
them
which
in a
is probably the
BO1, I
right thing,
think.
in play.
And
You don't
then
want Fnatic versus Shopify
when it
tomorrow.
came like
Let
to
them
actual
play
playoffs, they
as
beat
the
them
number one
in
seeds
a
as they are,
BO3.
and then see what their opponents, of course, are going to be.
Let the kids play. Is that what you'd say?
Why not?
Let them have a bit of fun.
By the way, I know a little bit of a spoiler here, Rob. I
Wait,
will
no,
let you
don't
throw-
spoil it. Don't spoil it. Because do you want to know why?
Why?
Because, prepare yourselves.
Oh.
We have one of the greatest players of our generation, and he's standing next to Spoit.
It's about time you guys stop yapping, Spoit. Congratulations on the win today. You guys started here with your campaign.
You didn't see the first
3
game? It was
consecutive
yeah.
wins back-to-back 7-2, 7-3, 7-1.
They
How are you
lost
feeling?
in I believe it was a BO1.
You know, just building
SR plays Los tomorrow. Dude, they haven't
I was gonna
fixed
say,
the
speaking of
bracket,
Salt Lake,
but
I mean, it looks like you guys are kind of already on that form. It's definitely
let me look at the
different
bracket
form
real
than what we're
quick.
seeing in the NAL. But for me today, I mean, it seemed like all of you guys were just a hammer in a room full of nails. Everyone was hitting their shots. Everyone was making the right decision. Even you in that round two. That was such a
Wait, yes, no.
denial to be able to just go for
I
that
think they
defuse. I mean, you
play
really stuck to
Fnatic
it.
tomorrow.
Pros don't fake.
That's true. Pros
I think they
don't
play Fnatic tomorrow.
All right, well, here, you got one more game. You guys are setting
But,
yourself
like I
for-
said, they
for-
haven't
for a
updated
very
the
early
bracket.
Success. I think your matchup is either between Los
Which you
or
could be
Cold
right.
Orange tomorrow. Is
You
there
could
one
be
opponent
right.
that you'd rather verse over the other?
Whoever it is, we're gonna beat them. You know, we're just gonna take it one game at a time, and I don't really care who I'm playing, unless it's DC. They kind of own us, but yeah.
All right, well, I'll send you off here on one last thing. Is there anything you want to say to fans, weapon skins, or anything out there?
Get the Twitch F2 skin, of course. Make sure to buy it. It's in the shop right now. W Shopify skin, yeah.
All right, well, you heard it from Spoit. They are ready for their match tomorrow, and be sure to get that Twitch Spoit
Who would I say is the
SR
best
skin.
pro?
It is right there for you, up
Currently?
for grabs. I'm gonna send you guys back to our lovely desk.
Now, I want to do a picture story time here. If I was a nail, Guz, and you were Shopify, what would happen to me? Show me.
I don't know.
Boink, and we're down. Thank you very much. That's right.
Do you boink
That's
nails?
like
I don't think well,
it's like a
you
fat
could.
toss-up,
couldn't
you know?
boink it. If you had like a rubber mallet, you could boink a nail, couldn't you?
I would hope not.
Oh, look.
Dude, I've got no
I
idea.
think that they went
I've
a
got
little bit
names,
further
you
than
know?
that one. That is the performance we were
But
hoping
everyone
for,
has
and
their
pretty
strengths
much
and
what I expected
weaknesses, you
out of
know?
Sport,
Everyone
which
shows
is
up
it
to
doesn't
play
matter who they
sometimes, and then
verse,
other
it's
times they
still
don't, you know?
apparently. But
Like, I
Guz,
would love to say,
think
like,
the
I'll bring up
context that
I'll
we've
bring
got
up players
moving
like
forward in play,
June.
it's very, very
I'd bring
clear.
up
Do you
Shaiko,
see
but Shaiko's not
Shopify
here, you
Rebellion
know?
being that team to push through
Who won better?
Players
Shopify.
Groups main stage. Do you think they've
I
got
could
the-
bring up
considering
players
what we
like
just seen, do they have it in them?
I had someone on my mind earlier, but I lost it.
Say that Shopify Rebellion can't go on to honestly go all the way. I genuinely think that provided they build good
Guy's
positive
name.
momentum, clearly that they have. Hopefully tomorrow goes their way and they don't end up falling short, because that would be a
Ooh,
very
this is something else I was waiting for.
unfortunate storyline for them. The sky
Rexon
is
had a
really the limit. I mean, they were literally
2.4,
in the grand final,
67%
as I said,
cost.
so I'd say a world in
Ambi
which they
1.9,
performed
83%
there.
cost.
I think
Surf
they're really, really
1.7,
good
80%
form. They can carry
cost.
that forward over the next
Sport
week and a half, then I
1.44,
really do envision a
67%
situation in
cost.
which they could
Damn, somebody on
really
the enemy
push
team
forward
had a
into top fours.
39%
I think
cost.
a pretty fair benchmark.
As long as they don't play
You would say
Dark Zero
Hashing?
at some point, then-
Hashon?
They're in the pocket, mate.
then probably
Oh, you would say Hashon was terrible?
Um,
Yeah, I was about
and
to
the
say.
other aspect, actually, there's is a positive.
I watch Hashom and it makes me it makes me think I can go and play Pro League.
And they understand then
I don't know how he does it. I don't.
The heat, all of those things that, you know, those environmental factors that you can't necessarily prepare for coming into
it's it for me.
an event like this. So
the first game tomorrow starts at 9 p.m. Central, and I'll of course be live for that. But I will see everybody tomorrow. Have a good day.